President Trump is blasting mainstream media polling, saying the numbers are just not what they seem. One America's Marty Golingan has the latest on the president's dispute with 2020 surveys.
We have great internal polling. There were fake polls that were released by somebody that it's ridiculous. No, we are winning in every single state that we've polled.
President Trump refutes reports about him falling behind Democrats in new polling for the 2020 election. In a series of tweets Wednesday, the president says the fake news has never been more dishonest than it is today. He adds, "Thank goodness we can fight back on social media because their new weapon of choice is fake polling, sometimes referred to as suppression polls." He went on to say the media had the fake polls in 2016, but claims this is worse. The president continued saying they reported fake numbers that they made up and don't even exist, and proceeded to rally his base with "We will win again." He also addressed the polling issue in the Oval Office with the president of Poland, saying this is the same thing he dealt with before his historic election victory in 2016.
They were fake polls that were either put out by the corrupt media, because much of the media in this country, unfortunately, is corrupt. I have to tell you that, Mr. President. And some of it is excellent, but some is very bad. Those are fake numbers. But you know when you're going to see that? You're going to see that on Election Day. On Election Day, you're going to see. It was the same thing. I had the same thing for a long period of time in 2016. I was getting these terrible poll numbers, and I didn't see it because I'd have tremendous crowds, and my opponent would have almost nobody.
This comes after internal polling from the Trump campaign reportedly showed the president behind former Vice President Joe Biden in a hypothetical face-off for the presidency if the election were held this week. The president forcefully pushed back on the notion his campaign advisors were telling the media he was losing.
No, they're not advisors. It's fake news. You don't understand what I'm saying. Those advisors don't exist. They don't exist. It's made up by the newspapers. It's fake news. And I said, I think we're going to win the state of Michigan. We did. I think we're going to win the state of Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and we won them all. And now I have the same stuff. They're giving out phony polls. No, these are polls that we have that nobody saw. We do very little polling because I'm not a huge believer in polling. I think you go out there and you fight, and you don't really need polls. You need ideas more than polls. But we have some internal polling, very little, and it's unbelievably strong. The strongest I've ever been is exactly today.
A new Quinnipiac poll also appeared to show the president trailing several Democrat candidates nationally. Meantime, the president is not the only one who is throwing doubt at new polling data. The Bernie Sanders campaign is now calling Joe Biden's front-running numbers inaccurate and suspect. Sanders' campaign manager, Faz Shakir, interviewed with Status Quo, where he argues polls don't do a good enough job of getting younger voters' opinion. Shakir claims this hurts Sanders' numbers because he primarily attracts young Democrats who feel underrepresented. Sanders has been running second in several national polls behind Biden for weeks, as several other Democrat candidates chisel away at his support for the nomination. And this appears to be showing. According to a new Monmouth survey for Nevada released Wednesday, Biden leads at 36%, Elizabeth Warren comes in second at 19%, and Bernie Sanders rounds out the top three at 13%. Marty Golingan, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.